We are company men. He fights for the money.
Team Gervonta Tank Davis confirms and lets it be known we wait for Floyd Mayweather to put the contract on the table, and we only fight for money. Before we get into this next video, make sure that y'all hit the like button and sub to the channel if y'all not already subbed to the channel. What's happening with it, y'all? Y'all smash on that like button. Now, it's still, fans and diehard fanatics running around here trying to say that Gervonta Tank Davis is not with TMT Promotions anymore, and also saying that if Gervonta Tank Davis is with TMT Promotions, well, Tank is going to be running his own career. Tank is going to have to say so on who he fights and who he doesn't fight. But Calvin Ford, in a recent interview on Blue Blood Sports TV, he cleared all of that up. That ain't how it's going down. Now, we all know that Gervonta Tank Davis, his next opponent that he was looking to fight was Ryan Garcia. And the reason that Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis fight is not going to happen, it don't have anything to do with Gervonta Davis and his team. We know that it's because of Oscar De La Hoya. And it kind of makes sense on Oscar De La Hoya's part if you look at the position that Oscar is in. Oscar has two stars on his stable, or two fighters that can become stars. Let me say that. Two fighters that can become future stars. One is Ryan Garcia, the other one being Virgil Ortiz. Now, with having a stable like Oscar De La Hoya does, he's on very thin ice. He can't afford for neither one of those fighters to take an L. So what Oscar De La Hoya is doing right now is he was bluffing. He wanted to make it look like to his fighter, Ryan Garcia, oh yeah, I'm gonna do everything that I can to make the fight between you and Tank. But when he went to the negotiation table, or verbally, however y'all want to see it, that I don't think they ever went to a negotiation table, but when they start talking behind the scenes, right? Oscar De La Hoya, he started making demands that he know that they wouldn't accept, right? He knows that PBC is not going to do no joint pay-per-view venture with DAZN. It just ain't going to happen. He also knows that Tank Davis is the A side, so they're not going to give up their A side leverage to Ryan Garcia and let it be 50-50 all the way down the line. It's not going to happen. So he knew that fight wouldn't happen. And also he came out talking bad about Al Haymon, talking about he don't want to negotiate with Al Haymon. He don't want nothing to do with Al Haymon. But Al Haymon is one of the biggest keys to making this fight happen. So we know that Oscar De La Hoya did not want to fight for Ryan Garcia, just like he said a couple years ago when they asked him about Tank Davis, and he said, oh, Tank? Oh, no, Tank is a beast. Tank is a beast. Oh, no, not Tank. So, he know that he don't want Gervonta Tank Davis get nowhere near Ryan Garcia, because it's a huge possibility that Ryan Garcia loses that fight, and he loses that fight in ugly fashion, getting knocked clean out. Now, I'm not saying that it is just a guarantee that Ryan Garcia loses to Tank, but he knows it's a huge possibility, and at this point in Ryan Garcia's career, while Oscar De La Hoya is still looking to make the biggest bag off of Ryan Garcia that he can and build him as a superstar, build him as a hell of a just dangerous knockout artist, he still has time to do that. And he still has time to make a lot of money off of Ryan Garcia before he puts him in a situation like that. So he's not willing to do it. He's not willing to do it right now, what he sees prematurely. So that's why the fight between Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia is not happening. On the other end with Tank Davis, it's like Tank Davis is 27 years old, right? 27 years old. I think he's going to be 28 years old this year. And Gervonta Tank Davis is still at the level to where he's not fighting top level competition. We've been calling for Tank to fight top level competition for years and years. We know that Tank was supposed to become a free agent, and he said himself that he was going to take control of his own career, start fighting these top level, top tier fighters. Well, that ain't happening. It's not happening. Just like I told y'all, it's not happening. Gervonta Davis lied. And I'm going to just play y'all what Calvin Ford had to say about his fighter, Gervonta Tank Davis.
Tank is willing to fight anybody. You get what I'm saying? We don't call nobody out. We are company men. When that contract come across the table, it's a hit. Simple as that. So whatever contract Tank get what I'm saying? The main thing I do know, Tank ain't taking no pay cut. Simple as that. He fights for the money. It's a couple of good fights out there that we could take. Only thing I do is just wait for the heads in charge to do what they supposed to do. Let's get it in.
So right there, his trainer, Calvin Ford, let the whole world know just what it is. Now, does that sound like a man to y'all that's gonna take control of his own career and start picking his own fights? No. He told you straight up and down what it was. He's a company man. Whatever contract they put on the table, that's what the contract he signs, right? He don't ask for no fights behind the scenes. He don't call for no fights. And this is an interview that was recently done. This ain't no old interview. This is an interview that was recently done. So how much more proof do y'all need to see, and do y'all need to know that Gervonta Tank Davis is going to continue to do the same thing that he's been doing for his whole career? Fight these Rudy Poot opponents, take the least amount of risk, and get paid doing it, right? He fights for the money. He not worried about the competition. If they put a contract on the table with some stiff competition, yeah, he'll take the fight. Yeah, he'll fight Lomachenko now. Yeah, he'll fight a Teofimo Lopez or a Devin Haney or whoever it is, right? But Gervonta knows he's in a safe place. They're not going to put those type of fights on the table for him. So he knows whatever fight they put on the table, he willing to take it because he going to make the most money, you know. He sell all arenas. He is, near to being a superstar, a household name. He ain't there yet, but he almost there. And he knows, hey, they're going to protect me. But if they do give me a tough-ass fight, right, I'm going to take it. Ain't nobody saying that Gervonta Tank Davis is scared to fight none of these dudes, but he knows he is in a safe haven. He's not going to be asked to fight none of these top opponents. But see, my thing is that he just told you, Calvin Ford, his trainer, just told you, hey, we don't ask for nobody. We just wait to see who they put on the table, and that's the fight we take because we fight for the money. We're not taking no pay cuts. We only fight for the money. Now, if Ryan Garcia and his trainer came out and said that, y'all would have a problem with that shit. If Devin Haney and his dad came out and said it, y'all would have a problem with it. If Teofimo Lopez and his pops came out and said it, y'all would have a problem with it. If Lomachenko and his pops came out and said it, y'all would have a problem with it. But for some reason, it's different with Gervonta Tank Davis. Y'all move the goalposts when it comes to Tank. You feel me? And this is the type of shit that's fucking up boxing, right? Young fighters in their camps and the people that run their career come in the game with the mentality like this. This is what's ruining boxing. You feel me? And y'all pay to see this crap. Y'all will pay to see it because you got favorite fighters like Tank Davis, and y'all don't care who he fights, what type of product they put in the ring against him, just as long as the fight ends in a knockout and Tank Davis is the one getting his hand raised. And that's a problem. Nah. I'm holding Gervonta Tank Davis to the same standard that I do all of the other fighters in boxing. He don't get no pass just because, oh man, we like Tank's story. We like how Tank came up. A lot of these fighters got stories like that. A lot of them do. A lot of them came from the mud. That don't mean that, you get special treatment and the standards that we hold you to should be different than the next fighter. Nah, I'm not rocking with that. So yeah, nothing changing with Gervonta Davis. Don't look to see him in none of these big fights. And yeah, the sanctioning bodies can come and they can basically order a fight. But we know that Floyd Mayweather and them got a whole lot of power. If they don't want to fight, that shit is going to disappear as fast as it came up. So don't talk to me about, oh man, he gonna have to because they eventually gonna order him and Devin Haney, or they eventually gonna order him and Vasyl Lomachenko. Yeah, but that don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know when we gonna see Gervonta in there in the 50-50 type fight. I don't know. It might be years and years down the line before we see him in a 50-50 type fight. Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Ellaby in TMT Promotions, they're in the same situation that Oscar De La Hoya is in with his fighters. They only have Gervonta Tank Davis, so they need to move him very carefully so they can get the most money they can out of Tank Davis. And that's what's going on. If y'all don't see it, I don't know what the hell wrong with y'all. Y'all just in denial and you're lying to yourself. Anyway, hit my like button, sub to the channel if you're not already subbed to the channel, and jump in the comments and let me know what y'all think about this.